A very good evening to you all. Thank you for watching UBC Television. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold. This 17th day of 2024, I'll be giving you the news tonight for the 8 o'clock edition till 9 p.m. So without further ado, let's get straight into the news. The nationwide NRM register and update and registration has been described as a success in mid-western region. The Prime Minister of Uganda, the Right Honourable Robina Nabbanja, has been overseeing several political districts including Mubende, Kakumiro and Chibale, says that most registers were filled up and more sent from the NRM Secretariat because of the huge turnout. More details in this report.
The Premier says that the public has taken the exercise very serious because the NRM government is delivering on its promises made to the public.
My observation is threefold. One, the turn-up of people in Kakumiro, Chibale and other districts is overwhelming. It shows the support the NRM has among the people in those parts of the countries where I've been. Today, we are ending the exercise and they have started reading people's names. As you can see here, they were reading names.
The success of the exercise is a clear testimony of the overwhelming support to the mighty NRM party.
Twabadde Chibale, twabadde Kakumiro, n'awalala, abantu bajumbidde nnyo eno okwewandiisa, era tuli basanyufu nti exercise eno ewedde bulungi. Kati abantu saawa zino bali mu nkalala zaabwe nga bw'olabye wano. Babadde beekebera Nabbanja nti oyo yasenguka, nti gundi nti oyo yafa bamuggyemu, nti gundi oyo tiki, Nabbanja oyo tiki. Kwegamba kiwedde bulungi, katusuubire nti abantu baffe abagenda okuwandiika bajja kubanga bawandiise bulungi naddala aba computer.
The Minister of State for Transport and Bugangaizi West Legislator Fred Byamukama says that many people have registered, especially the youth, which gives the NRM party strength.
The President sent all the ministers that we go to our villages and monitor this exercise. In Kakumiro district, the turn-up has been so good. Even in some areas on the first day, people had already filled up the registers and we sent for more from Kampala. And when you look into these registers, the people are aged between 16 and 35 are very many compared to any other age group. And they have turned up in big numbers. So we appreciate that those people, a mere registering in our yellow book, they will give us high support come 2026 and even 2031. Now, also as I speak now they are reading names, different villages, to the people, confirming the people they have written the registers are the real people who come from that village. This exercise has helped us and has streamlined the elections which will come in the future on the NRM side to avoid havoc and all the chaos.
Byamukama thanked all NRM party members for sparing their time and actively participated in the exercise. Jennifer Kahigwa, the NRM Administrative Secretary for Kakumiro District, says that the turn-up is good.
Exercise eno kutwaliza hamu ebaire kurungi habo kuba tukalengaho kurubata Right Honourable Prime Minister tubaire nturubata nawe na jugumbya abantu nabaterera kugenda akebeza amabara gaabo n'okwehandikisa buhyaka aba batakozereki abatali mu register. Kandi abantu bayingi muno bayizire behandikisize na registers zijuire era twasobora nokusaba registers ezindi okuruga ha NRM Secretariat kandi bazituongera na habweke ninterera abo bona abaire bakyasigaire kuhandikibwa bagenda mu maiso n'okuhandikwa nikiro kya lero kya Sande bakusobora agenda bakakora bakabahandika.
Rizokire.
The NRM Deputy Secretary General Rose Namayanja has announced that the party will not extend the ongoing party registration and Yellow Book update exercises, which has been running since Wednesday, the 13th of March 2024. According to Namayanja, the party will retrieve all Yellow Books across the country beginning Monday, 18th March 2024.
The National Resistance Movement Party Registration and Registers Update exercise has closed on Sunday 17th March 2024. In the areas of Kampala, the Deputy Secretary General NRM Rose Namayanja has been the overall overseer of the exercise, which kicked off on Wednesday 13th March 2024.
This exercise, these 5 days, we have seen many young people joining the NRM. I have found and we have seen, because we have been receiving calls across the country about insufficient space for members to be registered, and we told them to turn the pages, and I've seen it firsthand here where members completed the book and they had to turn over the pages to register. Many young people.
Wrapping up the evaluation of the process from the areas of Naweru in Nansana Municipality, Wakiso District, it was brought to the attention of the party leadership that there have been some disruptions.
Kati registers of ezo bwezali zikubibwa waliwo ezazze nga temulimu wadde member n'ogu n'omu nga nkalu ziri blanka.
But as we all know, this is the beginning of this exercise. Now, whatever has been compiled will be put into the computer and brought back to the people to make sure that they can see if there are any corrections. And around that area, I believe that's when those who have not got the opportunity can get the opportunity to be included in the register.
Key among them has been the absence of national IDs by many well-wishers.
I want to thank all our members, or those who have registered and those who have not updated their registers. I want to inform you all that you remain as members of the party, you remain as members of the NRM fraternity.
It is wrong, it is illegal for somebody to use a national ID to borrow money. And this is something that we are going to follow up, and the President guided that Ministry of Finance must come up with a mechanism to regulate the money lending sector. Because a national ID is one that it's person to holder, and it is something that talks about an individual. You cannot use it as collateral. It is wrong. But that we have guided as far as this exercise is concerned, that if a member's ID is not available and he's a known member of the NRM, we must register them, and they have been registered.
And many are now calling for an extension of this exercise.
First and foremost, I want to inform the public that we are not extending the exercise. We are going to retrieve the books and carry out a review. But the good thing is that we still have sufficient time to take back our register when we have already digitized it. So we are not going to have an extension. We are closing today.
But Honorable, this is the argument that many members have not registered. Are you not doing any service to your own?
We are going to carry out a review, because what I have seen here is that actually new members are even more than the old ones who are in the register. So to me, this is the empirical evidence, and this is Kampala, and it is. We have gotten a few returns from the districts where they are asking for extra books. If there are any areas where the turn-up has not been good, those are some of the things we are going to look at.
This was at a meeting convened by NRM members under the FENA Developmental Session in Naweru Sub-County. Roberto Nyango, UBC News.
And furthermore, the NRM Deputy Secretary, or rather, the UPC party presidential candidate Jimmy Akena has called for peace during the forthcoming Dokolo by-election. On 21st of this month, the people of Dokolo will be deciding who becomes their next woman MP to replace the late Cecilia Ogwao.
With only days left for the Dokolo district by-election, candidates and parties are bracing for the by-election. Voters gather in small groupings waiting to listen to candidates and decide on the best message. In about 30 to 40 minutes per venue, candidates quickly deliver their manifestos. UPC's party candidate Sarah Guti, flanked by our party president Jim McKenna, campaigned in several venues in Agwata and Adok sub-counties. She pledged to better the livelihoods of the elderly, advocate for electricity stability in the district, and create employment for the youth.
I'm not quarreling with anyone. I am crying for the people of Uganda. I'm crying for the people of Dokolo. The health services is the same question. The doctors are under problem. What is wrong with crying for the health services of Uganda? That is why I want to stand in faith.
UPC party president Jim McKenna marketed his party and his presidential aspiration.
I will campaign for UPC because I believe in the vision of UPC, and I will work hard to see that vision is manifested in Uganda. I am not going to reduce myself to crying with somebody's name. If I am to cry, I'll cry to my God. I will cry for the people of Uganda.
He appealed to the political actors and security to ensure a peaceful process of the by-election.
And I'm going to be here until this election is concluded. I warn those who want to rig the election. You are not going to accept.
Sarah Guti-Nyankori is among the 7 candidates who were nominated to fill the void left by Cecilia Gwala on the 21st of this month. Edi Olua, UBC News.
The National Unity Platform President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has spent the weekend in Dokolo drumming support for the NUP flag bearer Harriet Ageno in the Dokolo Woman MP by-election. Kyagulanyi made several road drives within Dokolo urging voters to support NUP candidate Harriet Ageno. Meanwhile, the NRM diehards in Dokolo by-election are negotiating with 3 independent candidates to step down from NRM candidates since the 3 independents are all NRM leaning. Philip Aguta is in Dokolo and reports.
The NUP President Robert Kyagulanyi and the Deputy for Northern Uganda Lina Zedgar arrived in Dokolo town at about midday. They headed to the NUP offices in Dokolo to sign the book and address the rally in Dokolo town, urging residents to vote for NUP candidate Harriet Ageno.
I have this opportunity today. I want to tell you that this is not just a parliamentary campaign, but campaigning for Ageno Harriet. This is a revolution. I just want to open your eyes, young people of Dokolo and Northern Uganda.
Meanwhile, the NRM candidate was in Agwata and Adoko sub-counties traversing for votes with a message of development. The NRM diehards in Dokolo are negotiating with the 3 independent candidates to step down for the NRM candidate since the 3 independents are all NRM leaning. The Ugandan ambassador to South Africa, Paul Amoru, confirmed the negotiations.
I have decided to champion reconciliation and the unity of our people. And indeed, I can confirm that we have almost, I can say we are at 80%.
Ambassador adds that he has left South Africa for Dokolo to consolidate support for the NRM candidate Janet Adongo Elau.
To receive from us for decades in this by-election. I also want to appeal to our people that we must stay steady and support, give our whole support to Honorable Janet Adongo Elau so that she can continue to implement the many other projects, including the flagship programs under the parish development model, Emioga.
Last day for the campaigns is on Tuesday next week, and President Museveni will be drumming support for the NRM candidate. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Dokolo.
The first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister East African Affairs has applauded the National Resistance Movement Party registration exercise that has revealed large numbers embracing the ruling party. This was while at her registration center at Mbulamuti Chiseminti in Mbulamuti Town Council, Kamuli District.
Members of NRM. But when it comes to voting, there are only 5 million. So we want to find out how many members we actually have. That's part of the reason for the exercise, so we can plan better. Identify where we have vote gaps and improve. So all the town councils do not have, they're not in the old register. So this new register will be for the town councils, but also the other areas. So those who are not in the old register can check their names, adjust. If you're not there, then register now. I think for now, what I've been told is that the turnout is still low, and yet tomorrow is the last day. So I want to make a call to the headquarters to see what we can do. Because here we have 600 voters, but so far 150 have registered. That's quite low. So we're going to drum up more support.
NRM leaders in Chikube district have asked the NRM Secretariat to extend the Yellow Book validation exercise due to low turnout. The update for the National Resistance Movement Party membership and validation exercise kicked off on Wednesday 13th all over the country, and it has ended today on 17th March 2024. Now the party seeks to register new supporters from the age of 16 and above, as well as update particulars of those already in the register.
The exercise was hit by a low turn in most sub-counties of Chikobe district due to planting season and other yet to be identified reasons. According to the NRM leaders in the district, the exercise needs an extension of another week in order to register all party members.
People are going back into agriculture, that we should have an extension maybe of another 1 week, so that these people who have been giving excuses that they're in their gardens, get time to come and also update or register themselves in the Yellow Book.
Consider for an extension, given that a smaller number has managed to update in the register, but all in all, we want an inclusivity whereby all of us should get involved and be able to participate.
Among all other challenges faced is the lack of enough registers distributed in the district, something which is likely to hinder the smooth running of the exercise.
There are not, of course, there are some polling stations where there are over 4,000 people, and you get one register with, which is having 240 people. So we ask the people concerned to assist us very quickly so that we do the needful.
The chairman of the NRM Electoral Commission, Dr. Tango Doi, last week said the party register will be very important in delivering of free and fair internal elections during the 25 party elections.
On Wednesday 13th to Sunday 17th March 2024, the exercise of display and update of NRM register will be done at every village of Uganda. I want to repeat, on Wednesday 13th to Sunday 17th March 2024, very important date, the display and update of NRM register will take place in all the 72,000 villages of Uganda.
Benon Mukwaya, George Niyonzima, Chikube District.
The Acting Deputy Director, Research and Evaluation, National Curriculum Development Center, Muganga Christopher, says that implementing the new national curriculum will support learners apply what they study. He encouraged rural schools to utilize available resources to implement the curriculum. The Acting Deputy Director was at Trinity College Nabingo's Curriculum Fair 2024 on the theme Empowering an Innovative Tomorrow and Creators, a celebration of science, arts and female leadership. Details in this report.
This year, 2024, Ministry of Education and Sports directed schools to implement the new curriculum, which would expose learners to be innovative. The Acting Director, Research and Evaluation at National Curriculum Development Center, Muganga Christopher, visited Trinity College Nabingo to attend the Science Fair 2024 on the theme, Empowering Tomorrow Innovative and Creators, a celebration of science, arts and female leadership. He commended schools for implementing the new curriculum to help learners capture what they have learned and urged rural schools to adopt it.
They are at the heart of the new curriculum, whereby knowledge is not for keeping in your head, but to make it useful to the stakeholders and to the public. And the new curriculum changes the way we learn and how we learn it, and even what we learn, in the manner that people must transfer that knowledge to day-to-day life. We have challenges of our human endeavors, but people behave as if they were never gone to school. And most of the challenges we face in our daily life have a connotation with the knowledge you have to exemplify to show that at least you understand the concepts behind them.
The Assistant Commissioner, Secondary Education in the Ministry, George Mutekanga, says stakeholders in school and the NCDC should also emphasize training Ugandans in foreign languages.
But these are areas that we need to address as government. How do we support the schools to ensure that they have the equipment? How do we support schools to ensure that they have the computers? How do we have the schools to ensure that they have the ICT teachers? They have physical education, physical and education sports teachers. They have Swahili teachers. They have the foreign language teachers. Because I've talked about German, teaching of German, French, Arabic and Chinese. So it is our mandate as ministry to ensure that we support the schools.
Trinity College Nabingo headmistress Immaculate Sozirwanga says the school organized the science fair to expose the girl child to be innovative and be practical.
As well as the new ideas they can bring and put in place with an intention of solving the problems we have in the society. And that's what the new curriculum is all about. To see it that new developments come up, but they're driving towards an improvement of what is happening in the society today.
Salom Kasivante and Benon Mukwaya, UBC.
National Resistance Movement Party is ready to receive defectors from various political parties. This comes at a time party members are renewing and consolidating their membership, including new entrants. NRM National Vice Chairperson for Eastern Uganda, Captain Mike Mukula, echoed this shortly after registering in the Yellow Book in Soroti City.
Okay. NRM, okay. NRM, okay.
Cell 1 of Senior Quarters Ward was one of the registration centers for members of National Resistance Movement in Soroti City. NRM National Vice Chairperson for Eastern Uganda, Captain Mike Mukula, also renewed and consolidated his membership.
This is the foundation of our fourth pillar of our fundamentals as a party, where we have patriotism, Pan-Africanism, social economic transformation, and now democracy. Democracy must be inculcated, must begin from the home state. It must be fully domiciled in the party.
There was a new entrant to the party, Magnot Jude Mulumba, from the Uganda People's Congress.
That's why where there are strong people, we also as young people want to strengthen them by making sure that the NRM now is fully rooted in Teso.
The significance of it is that the party that is credible, that is eligible, that has got the capacity to lead this country with experience under General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is the National Resistance Movement.
This is what Captain Mike Mukura said before heading to Kumi municipality. It was part of his mission to assess the status of NRM registration in eastern Uganda. He found ongoing road works, which he attributed to the party's commitment to deliver on its manifesto.
Kumi municipality now has got progressive development, and when it is done, the municipality will be lit because there will be street lights. And that means that people can do their work even day and night, and there will be an improved security movement, and urbanization will continue to grow.
On Wednesday, March 13th, NRM started a countrywide registration exercise and was projected to end on Sunday 17th. Henry Okrut, UBC.
A drama has unfolded in Katak politics as majority of the campaigning mobilizers grapple seem stuck among rival factions. With the 2026 polls looming among political camps in Ngariam County and the rest of the district, there seems to be a struggle for supremacy. Details in the story.
The inception of political camps in Katak district seems to have divided supporters, leading to heated confrontation.
People were cut with pangas. People were being ambushed. People were being removed their motorcycles.
The principals themselves, the candidate, are the ones who influence their people to be violent. When a candidate knows from village A, from sub-county A, I am not wanted because of ABCD, instead of rectifying that, instead of correcting that, they resort to violence. They deploy their people, go and beat so and so, he's the one who doesn't like me there.
Monetization of politics to get more supporters has also intensified tensions as candidates manipulate followers against their opponents.
Some people use money to influence people to follow them, not ideas. Let nobody come and give you money and buy your conscience. So it's about leadership, with or without money, as long as somebody can provide leadership.
The director of Kazi Kazi Foundation, Daniel Mlalu, is challenging the incumbent Ngariam County legislator, Peter Ogwang.
What I'm doing on the ground impacts the society. Like I introduced the program of cassava, planting of cassava in all the schools, and which will help the children and help the school management committee and generally the teachers. And then I have been putting the solar panels to all the schools. Yes, as of now we have put about 25, and I have pledged to them that by the time I get nominated, I want all the 45 schools should have been given solars.
Katakwi politics hangs in balance as the majority of the campaigning agents are caught in the web of uncertainty, unsure which side to align with.
The way I choose Dan to be a current leader for now, Dan has majorly issues of unity. Dan wanted to unite Ngariam, not to divide.
As we saw, Dan Mlalu is a born of here. He could maybe know how he grew up. He knows the situation of the village people. When we took him and he lead us, I think he will come and know the other one doesn't have sandals. The other one doesn't have proper care. He can come and help our people in the community. That's why we decided to say, let's support Dan.
Joseph Oko, UBC.
Police in Wakiso Buikwe have arrested a 65-year James Musambwa on orders of Buikwe Deputy RDC Lydia Kalimera for denying her orders over a long-standing land wrangle. She was handling a land wrangle that had stayed for 16 years between Sunday Musambwa, who's 65, about 8 years old, James Osalabo in Wankolo, Wakiso Division, Buikwe District.
nange sijja kuliza kifubadde nga musazi amange.
The land in question is about 1.5 acres, but the case had been twisted for 16 years.
Omuntu ayinza okugula 1928 ngatako stampu eyebuyukwe ati mutwali mu mukono. Batako stampu eyebuyukwe ngatwali mu mukono.
Mudi mu mwaka ki?
2008.
Last week, the Buyukwe Deputy RDC, Lydia Kalemera, held a meeting with villagers at Wankolo about the land under controversy between Sande Musambwa and James Osabolo, where she ordered Musambwa to vacate the land.
Brothers of Musambwa Sande, testifying that their father, sold to Mr. Osabalo James. The community at large were all saying the same, that this land was bought by Osabalo. Back the land to the owner, the one who bought the land, that is Osabalo James. And the house that the son has been staying in, we had advised him to vacate the house, whereby he did that on Friday.
However, Musambwa pardons that the land belongs to him. Musambwa's brothers accused him for inheriting what does not belong to him without legal documents. Kalemera ordered the arrest of Musambwa, who is being held at Wakiso Division Police as the house was being demolished.
And now, schools in Kampala this week were engaged in a new fight against red eyes outbreak that was confirmed by government to mainly affect schools. Our reporters visited Dream Africa School in Balwa to ascertain the school's preparedness. The founder and director, Mr. Ritesh Mishua, advised fellow schools to follow the guidelines of the Ministry of Health so that they can avoid the disease.
According to health experts, the red eye disease is present in Kampala and is mainly confined in areas of large populations like schools and prisons. Red eye is caused by viral infections, bacterial infections, allergies, and environmental irritants like smoke. The scare it caused has led to vigilance at schools like Dream Africa School in Balwa. The school founder and director, Ritesh Mishua, urged parents to practice good hygiene so as to avoid spiraling of such diseases.
This issue of red eyes is the awareness, what to do and what not to do. Of course, washing hands and washing hands frequently, not touching the eyes, is something which we have explained to our children in their assemblies. Touch wood, we don't have any cases right now because we have done a lot of awareness. Of course, this is something which will happen on the way or at homes in communities, but awareness is the most important thing, and of course then personal hygiene.
During the interaction with parents, the school showcased practical skills like bottle designs and generation of hydroelectric power that pupils are exposed to.
Appreciate the hands-on going training like computer. These days we are going on to digital, and we love our children to know more about digital
exhibitions. We are creating and nurturing a 21st century child. It is true we are shifting to 21st century, and as we're shifting to 21st century, we need to upgrade our technology. Here we've done a lot in terms of computer coding clubs. As we've seen, a lot of children have showcased what they have learned.
The Dream Africa School's Chief Executive Officer, Nidil Shri, urged school administrators to embrace practical skills training and desist from 100% focus on formal class work.
We focus on early childhood development, which includes the skilling as well. That's why we can see, and we will see that how the children are presenting their things, whether it's SST, whether it's science, whether it's computer, everywhere, and at every step they are ahead. So
I'm Benon Mukwaya with Mike Bakawlindi, UBC News.
French language lovers have convened at Seta High School Mukono to mark the International Francophone Day and with Associate Professor at Cero Milberg, who encouraged Ugandans to take up the language for regional and global competitiveness in taking advantage of the language to gain more opportunities.
Hundreds of students and French lovers from different schools convened to Seta High School Green Campus, Mukono, to commemorate the Frankophone Day.
Ils sont exploités physiquement.
Students presented poems, dance and drama in French to showcase diversity in French language and culture.
So we have the French Day celebrations in schools to make it a culture among students, to know that the different languages that we were born with should not be able to divide us, should not be our confinement.
As the 17th of March 2024, as we celebrate the Frankophone Day at Seta High School Green Campus, whereby the students are singing, they're dancing, they're reciting poems in French, celebrate the culture, the language, this beautiful language that we have a chance to teach and learn in Uganda.
Associate Professor at Cyril Melberg encouraged parents and schools to promote and encourage their students to take up French as a comparative advantage both regionally and globally.
I want to thank the government of Uganda for embracing French as a language for education, but again I'm imploring the government of Uganda to really to put French in this country as a compulsory language. We cannot afford not to have it as a compulsory language. Look, Congo is a neighborhood country which actually consumes Uganda twice. If the population in Congo is more than 90 million, Uganda is 45. So we enter into Congo twice. And they speak French and English. So how do we trade with them? How do we do business with them?
Now, when it comes to language policy in the country, I would like to thank the government of Uganda for allowing this language to be taught in this country. Though we would wish that maybe it is compulsory, because in many secondary schools you find it optional. And some children don't see it as serious the way they would have seen the English language, which is actually compulsory.
Some of the students who participated on the event shared their views and expectations of doing French language.
It's language, but with language comes culture. With culture comes a different view of way of life, and that's what makes us.
I feel very good at doing French. First of all, French expresses what I have. I want to learn a new language, that's the first thing. And in learning a new language, they do get a lot of friends, other friends. And
we know this is a country where we use English, so French is not well spread. But when we celebrate Francophone Day, it's like we are calling people to come and learn French with us.
The International Francophone Day is celebrated every 20th of March globally, where millions of French speakers showcase culture and French language. Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
The Komboni Fathers, a Catholic church-leaning congregation, have been hailed for promoting a holistic education among Ugandan children. The education includes social and religious morals besides academics. This was during the 2024 annual sports gala for St. Kizito SS Bugolobi under Our Lady of Africa Catholic Parish, Mbuya, in Nakawa Division.
Appeal to the government and specifically the Ministry of Education and Sports to have a very clear structure that supports and lays out a clear timetable and plan to all these schools in different universities, and to also organize maybe national competitions from basically parishes to counties to districts and then to the national competitions.
Celebrating our sports today. Sports are very good because for the mind to work very well, we need a fit body, and even in the new curriculum it is encouraged. PE is one of the elective subjects in the new curriculum, so we believe when children are helped to grow holistically, they are better than when we just encourage them to grow academically.
Plus today we have had some good competitions of different houses competing today. We appreciate their management for doing this for us. My appeal to government and other private sector stakeholders is to help us so that the students don't always sit on the talents, don't only compete and end at this level of secondary schools. Let's have a clear entry point on how we can go to the division, how we can go to the district, how we can go to the national and international.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock on my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
The government of Uganda and the Uganda Bureau of Statistics is calling upon all stakeholders such as the chief administrative officers, city mayors, resident city commissioners, city clerks, city and division councillors, wards and LC chairpersons, as well as the residents and business communities to cooperate with the UBOS field teams as we embark on advanced preparations to conduct the National Population and Housing Census on the 10th of May 2024. The census will be a 10-day exercise to obtain statistical data and information that will be used for planning and policy formulation, including information on 1. How many we are, 2. Where we are, 3. How we are living, 4. What we own, and 5. Where we access services from. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics has now started listing of households and mapping in the 11 cities of Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Hoima, Jinja, Lira, Mbale, Masaka, Mbarara, Soroti, and in the Greater Kampala comprising of Kampala, Wakiso, and Mukono districts. For more information, please call 0755 342 128 or 0773 342 128. This message is brought to you by the Executive Director and Census Commissioner, Uganda Bureau of Statistics. Census 2024. It matters to be counted.
Attention everyone, the Ministry of Health has planned to vaccinate all persons aged 1 year to 60 years old to protect them against yellow fever disease. The mass vaccination will take place in 53 districts in these regions: Kampala, Buganda, Teso, Ankole, and Karamoja. Vaccination is free and available at all government health facilities and outreach posts in these regions. The vaccination campaign will take place from April 2nd to April 8th, 2024. The vaccine is safe, effective, and free of charge and has been approved by World Health Organization and Ministry of Health. This message is from Ministry of Health with support from Gavi.
The 7th Uganda Water and Environment Week will take place from the 18th to the 22nd of March 2024 under the theme Rethinking Collective Action and Innovative Solutions to Water, Environment and Climate Change Crisis in Uganda at the Ministry of Water and Environment Headquarters in Luzira, Kampala. As part of the week, key sector international days, that is the World Water Day, International Forestry Day and the World Meteorological Day are commemorated. Various events such as panel discussions, site events, paper presentations and exhibitions will be organized for the sustainable ecosystem and the development of Uganda by different stakeholders on water and environment issues. Uganda Water and Environment Week 2024 is organized by the Ministry of Water and Environment through the Water Resources Institute with support from development partners. The week will be opened by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Thomas Tayewa. For more information, visit our website at www.mwe.go.ug.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Now, the increasing wild animal farming on the global scene has reached threatening levels, with the current statistics rating it at 900 million wild animals and birds kept by humans for commercial gains. A research by Wild Animal Protection shows that billions of wild animals are suffering on wildlife farms, bred for pets, tourism, hunting, fashion, and traditional medicine. A report by the Wild Animal Protection and also shows that these animals are psycho to many of the emerging zoonotic infections that put lives of the wild game at risk. Details in this report.
Business folk have turned to wild animal rearing, a business with a report from Wild Animal Protection putting it at 900 million wild animals on commercial industries. In this new industry, billions of wild animals are bred and traded as pets for entertainment or tourist attractions, turned into ornaments, luxury foods, fashion products, and traditional medicine.
So here we are talking about tigers, we are talking about elephants, we are talking about lions, we are talking about pangolins, we are talking about bears, we are talking about minks. So you can imagine all types of mammals that are kept in wildlife farms for exploitation.
When wild animals are bred, they are in captivity and could die as they supply the demand for commercial industries.
And we all very well know that over 70% of emerging diseases that are inflicting humans come from wild animals. And many of those, we do not know even most of them. They are new, and many of them are not yet discovered. Just here in 2019, we discovered COVID-19. Nobody knew that during our lifetime, the world would be closed.
The wildlife campaign manager at Wild Animal Protection, Edith Kabesime, says Uganda has a weak legislation to protect wild game.
Our animal protection law is very, very old, older than all of us, I believe. This dates back to the colonial era, that is 1957, the Animal Protection Law, or Prevention of Animal Cruelty Law, 1957. And all this time, you don't want to tell me that we haven't mistreated animals.
In the report, researchers found lack of transparency and inadequate monitoring across the global multi-billion-dollar industry.
First of all, wild animals are not domestic animals. They are not domesticated. Yes, you can tame wild animals, but they are not domesticated. They maintain some of their wild instincts. So we have, as human beings, not adapted to ways of living with wildlife. Therefore, we understand very little.
The Wild Animal Protection also shows that large numbers of wild animals suffer malnourishment, disease-stress-induced behaviors, injuries, infected wounds, cannibalism, among others.
These practices that inflict immense animal suffering pose significant risks to all of us and to the preservation of our planet. We call upon policymakers, we call upon industry stakeholders and the global community to join us in taking a stand against inhumane practices against wildlife. We have climate and environmental ambitions, not just as a region in Africa, but also as the world as a globe.
Captive wildlife populations seem larger than those living free in the wild. Lion and other big cat farming in South Africa, where approximately 8,000 big cats are bred at 366 known facilities. Bear farming in China, where some 20,000 bears are farmed for their bile on dozens of farms. Elephant breeding in Thailand, where the majority of nearly 3,000 elephants are bred in captivity and used in 246 venues for tourism. Sudat Kaye and Douglas Setumba, UBC News.
Fishermen at Majanji and Busime landing sites in Busia district have surrendered illegal fishing gear to the Fisheries Protection Unit. Now, this follows a sensitization meeting conducted by the FPU on illegal fishing practices at various landing sites in Mayuge, Namayingo and Busia districts.
A memo was handed to Honorable John Mulimba, MP for Samia Bugwe North and Minister of Internal Affairs.
Government came up with a robust strategy of closing down all fishing until when the people get sensitized and understand that fishing using legal gear and fishing only capturing the mature fish will help us restore the factory, including reviving our economy. Because the fisheries resource is one of the biggest export forex earner that we have in the country. So up to date, you can see how they're still picking small fish. So we hope if they now go back to the right methods, using the right gear, and already picking mature fish, the fisheries factory will reopen. As we speak now, we already put this to the president, and the president has directed reviving of that fish factory. As we speak now, it has been actually rehabilitated.
Fishermen and Busia Elders Forum jointly prepared a memorandum outlining commitment to collaborative lake management at Majanji and Busime landing sites.
These kind of engagements are the key to cohabitation between government agencies that are reinforcing and the communities.
Basonyiddwa kubana bo lero tubali twaze kusomesa tusomeseza then ne bamubala ne bawulwa ekisonyiwo ekiyenso omulango tukubira abantu bebusia Fisheries Protection Unit teri kukwanyisa abantu kubalemesa kukuba era tetugana abantu kugenda ku mazzi kukuba obula tubasaba ekintu kimu nti bakozese envuba bakole envuba ennungi bakozesa amaato amalungi bakozesa obutimba obulungi kisobola okuyamba ebyennyanja okudda mu mazzi ate bebaba bafunamu bwe ennyanja yaabwe tewali bwe tukuba ku mazzi era netukubira omulanga abakulembeze mu bitundu bino batuyambe bongere nafe tusomeseza naye tekimala.
Busia Deputy RDC Kanuna Grace commended the fishing community for their support.
Other than fighting with them went to Neigulo, when the government can procure the recommended fishing gears, babiwa abantu baifu ab'emajjanji so that they can benefit.
Era tugenda kukola program endala tujje wano era tubasomese.
State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, has urged the public to go for digital skilling so as to fit into the digital world. He was launching Lucky People's Association Uganda in Kasese district.
His People Association Uganda in Kasese district, Minister State for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, has urged the public to go for digital skills training so as to fit in the current digital world.
Because they are fitting in our 5 pillars of the digital roadmap, which we launched recently. Because one of the pillars is digital skilling. And without digital skilling, the rest of the pillars can't move. Because now, when if we talk about e-services, digitalizing all government services, people must be knowing how to use a computer to access all these applications.
He also warned digital users against hackers who can create virus to disorganize the systems.
Some people have specialized in hacking, and they hack into people's accounts, they hack into people's mails, they can hack into anything. Some people have specialized in manufacturing viruses to disorganize the systems.
The Lucky People's Association advisor, Ahimbisibwa Justance, said their main aim is to create awareness among the public not to lose their monies while using digital systems.
The cause of enlightening, teaching the communities, most especially those around this region, to tell them, to teach them how and where the world has come from, where we are and where we are heading, most especially in the issues of digital transformation.
Members of Lucky People's Association Uganda mentioned some of the advantages of going into digital platforms.
I'm here to encourage everyone that digital transformation has come. Changes have been happening in this world. People have been following, others are in Kamori, they are not following.
Sente zonna ebintu byonna kati bizze ku nkola ya digital. Abantu bannansi beetaaga okumanyisibwa kyokka Mulimo gwe tuli mu kukola tuli mu kukola mulimu kumpi gwa bwannakyewa lwa kwagala lwa bulungi bwa nsi yaffe n'abantu abagirimu.
Lucky People's Association Uganda will also train Ugandans in 2 different digital skills. Story compiled by Mike Bakabulindi for UBC News.
The descendants of Chibuuka Musigula, who is more globally renowned as Mukajanga, have celebrated the Mukajanga Day, which annually coincides with his birthday in 1820. Details in this report.
Mwera Buyonga Kakiri Wakiso district is where the remains of arguably Christianity and Buganda kingdom's most talked about man Mukajanga lie. Mukajanga was the chief executioner during the time of Kabaka Mwanga II. He rose to prominence when he executed the martyrs on the orders of the king. That act raised him to global acclaim, with many blaming him for a horrendous act. But his family thinks otherwise.
So we take Mukajanga as our great-grandfather who did a very good work, and the whole population that represented in the whole world, because of our matters in Namgoma. It was his work he did to obey his king, and commanded the operation of the matters. That's why we remember him.
Since 2017, the Mukajanga family has sought acceptance from the public that hitherto stigmatized them. Many strides have been taken, with confidence increasing amongst the family that plans a tourist center at the place of his burial.
We have plans of improving and developing our place into a tourist site, a tourism site that will have a museum, giving all the details that are in line with our great-grandfather. We also hope to put up a temple.
Mukajanga, the chief executioner, was born Kibuuka Musigula in 1820. He rose through the ranks in the Buganda Kingdom Palace to the most enviable position of chief executioner. He died in 1900 as a renewed Christian after being baptized the name Paul, and was first buried at Kibiri Busabala in Kampala before being eternally rested at Mwera Buyonga Kakiri, Wakiso district.
And that brings us to the end of our 8 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. Thank you for being a lovely audience. Do catch us at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. My name, Wadulo Markanold. See you then.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
March is the month of film magic.